Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Swing Trading Show, Wednesday, June 29, 2016. The markets are going up today, maintaining the pullback since the drop that we had on because of the Brexit. So, if you look at the chart right now, it's a very impressive movement in 2 days, but we are far from being back to the point we are, but you know, it's what I have explained earlier is that in some cases, in many sectors, you can see that we're far from back where we were. It's just that when the market was falling, the gold was going up, gold and silver. And because when the worries are increasing on the market, the gold goes up. And but since the market stopped going down and started to go back up, we should have seen the gold and the resources going down. But that's not what's happening right now. So we cannot really figure out why right now the market, the gold and the silver are going up while the other stocks are and the other sector are going up as well. What would make sense is that now the market doesn't seem like the sector will go that far and will probably come back. And but there's a big divergence here about that, so it's pretty hard to explain. But in most cases, if you look at the consumer discretionary here, for instance, okay, let's see, let's go a little bit in the future. So as you can see right now, if you look at that chart, it is a downtrend. Let's presume this would be the end of the pullback today and start going back after. That means the trend would be accelerating. So it's not really the sector that came back where they were before. It's just that because, as I said, when the market was going down, the gold was going up, and now that the market are coming back up, the gold continues to go up, and also the silver. So that's what changed the whole thing. So actually, the sector are not back where they were, but the market is much stronger because you have to add the movement of the gold and the silver in the market. So that's not a very easy situation. It's okay for day trading because as long as something is moving, there's always money to make. But in most cases, most of the people has lost money in this movement there where it was going down. And if people were not, if the investors are not well positioned in gold and silver, so they did not came back as much as the market came back. So it's still a loss in most of the portfolio now. So that's a pretty complex situation right now. So the U.S. dollar is going down, and most of the market are pulling back. And if you look at this here, so this upward movement there is still a pullback. And let's presume tomorrow it start going back down again. It would be even an acceleration of the downtrend. And look at the China market. The trend was like that, and then like that, and if it would reverse tomorrow, it would be like this. So, and since the market is going up since 2 days, and since it's a pullback, so it is getting very risky to buy in this type of market. So the meeting in Brussels is ending today, and Mario Draghi thinks that the growth will go down by 0.3% for the next 3 years. So that's nothing. There's nothing positive there. And there are some funny movement here too. Nike was predicting 48. They got 49 cents, and the stock is pulling back as the market is doing. General Mills has a nice. The stock has not suffered from the Brexit, but now is taking off. So beginning a new bullish cycle on its earnings. They were expecting 60 cents. They got 66 cents. Monsanto was predicting 14 cents, and they got 18 cents. And the market, the stock is not strong at all, even though they got a better result. And Empire failed this morning. It's coming back at the moment because it's not on the low of the day. And we don't know really why, because they thought they would have 35 cents. They got 36 cents, but the stock was falling 10% at the worst time this morning. And the Fed is going to publish the stress tests on 33 banks today. And usually it could create, sometimes it creates some volatility. It may be part of the upward movement there today too. Esperion Therapeutic has really failed today, jumping under a very, very important support. And it's because they have a lot of concerns about their treatment for the American market. So it looks like they're going to have some problem with the FDA. And Toyota Motor is bouncing back amazingly because they are calling back 3.4 millions of vehicle worldwide for possible default, and there would be a problem with airbags. And okay, that's another one here. And CIBC is buying Private Bancorp. So CIBC goes down because they're taking some money out, and Private Bancorp has jumped very, very nicely to $44.50. And Osisco has received the approval to be listed to list his common shares on the New York Exchange. And the last news is about Amaya, because there's something saying in the constitution of the company that if one of the shareholder does not fill the condition to obtain their license, that the company could end the relation with him. So that means they could fire the president. And this is yesterday's news. So nothing else in the news today. We have a few questions here we'll be answering a little bit later. So let's check out where we are at on the energy sector. So it's not a very steep downtrend, but it's still a downtrend. And right now it's pulling back as every other sector in the market, but it's still a pullback. So if it goes back down tomorrow, it will still respect its pullback. The gas is not maintaining its bullish cycle, but the stocks are quite positive. I don't think it's a buying point. It's a little bit too risky, but since it's not going down anymore, so it's a hold on most of the stock that we have on that sector. And what's taking off today was was the gold, the silver. And if you look at the intraday chart here that I will get in a second, so it seems like we have reached the top of that movement so far. And for some reason, the silver is way stronger than the gold, because the gold is staying within its sideways movement. And the stocks are a little bit stronger, couple of them initiating a new bullish cycle, but not all. You know, it's not the case for Goldcorp, not the case for Kinross, neither Eldorado and Yamana. So I think it's an accumulation of the movement of every stock that makes the index showing something like a new bullish cycle, but it's not really confirmed yet. And even on Barrick, as you can see, it's really sitting on the top of its resistance here, and the nice buy signal would come on a real new high, something like 2790 on the Barrick Gold.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And the mining that never broke the support there, even though with the Brexit, are still looking good right now. It may be just a matter of time to see the sector breaking out, but I think we gotta wait for some time until this happens. So the best movement would be a sideways movement here, and then finally a takeoff above the resistance. So and one of the best prospect for that is Teck Resources, which came back where it was quite rapidly, and its bottom always remain higher. So a positive triangle formation there looks really good. Could be just a matter of time of having this movement there. And I think Teck remains one of the best prospect right now, the way we look at the chart. But for all of those sectors, I think we should avoid this. It's consumer discretionary, the financials, which are just pulling back, and the industrials, and most of the sector, and also healthcare. So it's because the gold and the silver were strong today that are adding to the upward movement of the traditional sector, that we see the market that seems to be recovering a lot, but it's not exactly the case. So let's go with a question here. In what order do your team's portfolio make an annual return? In what order?
So we double the index.
Pardon?
Double the index.
Max says that we have doubled the index. Hi, Michelle bought yesterday BRY on Venture. What's that? BRY. Brazil Resources, and it's looking good right now because you see it's following an acceleration of its trend. This is the something like we see so many so often. And if you have a software like Market Vision, and you could scan like a few hundred stock, you will easily find most very, very often situation like this. And these are the nice situation. Right now, it's nice too because the stock hasn't been affected by the Brexit at all, and the stock is taking up. It is at the resistance right now. So will it pass? That's the question. So let's see it on a longer run. Well, you see that right now, it looks very, very good. But for today, the movement has been done. So it's on the top right now. So, and it's also on that same top over there where we see it over here. So I think after it will certainly pause there for a little while, and whenever it takes off again at 250, it's going to be looking very, very good. You bought yours at 225, and it is right now 243, and very, very close to breaking out again. So 225, 243 is about 2 cents. It's about 9%, I'd say. So you could actually, what I would say, it's look at, you see this movement here. So you could, instead of the profit is not that big so far. So what you could do is sell half of the position right now, and put a stop loss at the price paid, or even higher than that, at something like 235. So to keep some money in, so you would guarantee yourself. So whatever happened, unless the stock open right down there tomorrow, it would almost guarantee yourself that you have some money in your pocket, and even though the stock changed direction, so you still make a little bit of money. Or you stay there because it's a very positive movement. The volume at half the day is quite good too. So if the stock would pick up later, you still have all of your position and can take the first profit a little bit higher and put a stop at like 235. Okay. So you could hold and put a stop for all at 245, or sell half right now and put a stop loss at 245 for the rest of the position. That would be a smart move. We'll be back.
Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The next question here is, hi Michel, your idea on TLT, please. About 30,000 at 39. Okay, but look, the stock looks really, really good. We had this company with us last week. They had treatment against cancer and all kind of stuff, and I like a lot the project and the way things goes there. We know they had a very good test on animals, and they are going to start soon testing on humans. And if you look at the situation, everything is positive there. So the stock is just close to break out there. So I think I have a nice position there. It's pretty big position, 30,000 at 39. And right now it's 40 cents. So I think you're just about to make it. I wouldn't be surprised to see the stock progressing and taking up over the next few days, because in the short term, there's nothing is negative there. If you look at this, we have here a positive triangle formation on a very, very short term. Right now it's going sideways, and there's no increasing volume, there's no selling pressure or anything, so it's just a hold for now, and do not hesitate to take some profit whenever it pierces up. Hello, what do you think of going long on TYL? TYL? What's that? TYL? There are thousands and thousands of symbols and companies. It's a very nice movement so far. Tyler Technology. Well, you want to go along on it. I have no problem with it. It may be a day too late, but it's not that late. And look, the volume were good. There was a big one here on the Brexit. But let's look at this, for instance, here. Where was this? Okay, so it was going up at first in the morning, and then went down, and then come back up. It's just that because the volume is red, because it was still from the previous day a decrease. But there's a lot of that volume that has been done from the bottom to the upside here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days ago. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was here. So you see, so the volume, so the stock started down, and for the rest of the day went up. Okay. So the volume is red because the stock ended the day lower than where it started. So that's why the volume is red. But actually, if you look at it, if you look at it very closely, the stock went up with all of those volume, despite the fact that on the daily chart, the volume seems to be red, but most of the volume has been done from here to there. That's why. And so right now it should have been bought at 160, but and you see the volume is diminishing there. So I think that right now the stock is approaching the end of this bullish cycle. So why don't you wait still a little bit? So the stock is either going sideways and taking up like here and like that, or after a little correction that the stock will begin, So try to buy always at the beginning of the new bullish cycle. Do you have an idea on how to compare the strength of sector in order to compare sector to each other and select the strongest stock for the long-term run? Yes. Can we answer that in a minute or two? Not really. There are many different things to do that. but it's not so simple. You explained it very simple, but there's not only the strength of the sector, there's the direction of the sector, there's the situation of the sector. Like right now, you don't have to compare that many sectors. When you look at the mining sector, as I was talking about earlier, right now the mining sector is one of the strongest. The telecom sector is one of the strongest. For what reason? Because those sectors never failed in the Brexit. And right now, they're still going up. So they are just maintaining their uptrend. And the gold and the silver are too. While the weakest are those that failed and are just coming back so far, only 1/3 of what they have. You could also use an analysis called relative performance to index. So you could check every sector compared to the market index itself. So you just create the analysis and ask in the software. You have that in Market Vision. You can ask the software to compare your index to the market index. And looking at all of the sector, you'll easily see which one is performing the most. As a long-term investor, I wonder why in the Canadian market we do not have stock with a long-term trend like COR. COR. Okay, let's see that. Your questions are very general. Okay, why you don't have stocks that are like this? I mean, we had quite a few so far. Not now, but you see, we used to have it a lot. We had Dollarama did it, Alimentation Couche-Tard did it, CP did it, and so many other stocks did it. It's just that it's not the reality of the U.S. market right now. This is a specific case, and remember that you have about 10 times more stocks if you add the Nasdaq market and even more than 10 times if you add the American Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, and the Nasdaq exchange. So then you have 10-15 times more stock there. So it's normal, with more stock you have more choice. MMKT, I can't recall. MKTX? Yeah, okay. So I see what you mean. You have very, very performing stock there, I agree, and STZ. But don't we have any on the Canadian market right now? I can't recall. I mean, you're taking me there. The best few Canadian like Couche-Tard has fallen and are going sideways. Of course, because, and you know what? I'm gonna predict you one thing. Sooner or later, these stocks that we're looking at right now will do the same. Remember Google, for a while the stock was going crazy, and many stock did it, but there's always, I don't believe in the theory that says everything that goes up goes down. No, but it not all the time and not always the same manner, but there at one point it will reach a top one day, and we have seen so many, and that's what makes a problem, because most of the time when the stocks are reversing like Dollarama and those things, people just don't believe in it. Look, in the market, I have to go in the Canadian market. So when you look at it on the long term, Dollarama is still like this. It had a bad phase here, but came back. So if you look at that, the stock is still in this same condition, and no matter when the stock breaks the double top here, and so that's going to be another long shot, and that's how we can, that's where we can say this is a long run shot, and RTD and Couche-Tard right now has just made some, they're doing a lot of acquisition. So whatever you do, at one point you have done so much that you have to digest this. And it makes people thinking that, okay, it's going to take a while until they are back on track before they digest everything, and that's what causes those things. But I predict that the stock you were talking about, COR, MKTS, and STZ, will do that same movement one day. It's just that it just did not happen yet. ROE. Renaissance Oil. That's a great movement. The volumes are constant so far, and the stock rose quite a bit. Do you have that? Did you buy it? At this point, I would not, though, because it's a nice movement. The volume are very, very big as opposed to before. But it went from 10 and it's now 25. There might be another 5 cents to go, but I bet the stock is going to calm down there, and that's going to become its very, very important breaking point. So from the next sideways movement, let's presume it goes up again a little bit and then makes a sideways movement. After that will come the decision: do we go? Do we sell? Or do we enter? Because after the next sideways movement, the big decision will come. MTO is not happening. Nothing is happening on MTO right now, and it's deceiving because the stock hasn't really profited of the Brexit, and it seems like the investors are kind of like losing patience with all that time, promising a lot of things and not delivering so far. I like the company. It's a nice company. It's a nice mine. It's fully operational. They always make money, but they have borrowed money from other companies, so they don't make all of the money from the gold they're getting out. And I'm not sure of what is their plan, but right now it's a very, very important point. Okay, so at this point they gotta do something to change the situation, to get the investor in a better mood, so they start buying back again. Because right now it's a critical point. So it's just on the point that passing under 7 cents would be a technical sell point, but passing the 9 cents to the 10 cents, it could be a very positive point. But it is really a slow going thing. Things are not happening very, very fast on their side. So I have made a little bit longer show because I told you I was going to answer all of the questions, so I did it. So thank you very much for attending. Hope you like the show. We'll see you next time.